Okay, so I have hiked this trail before. In fact, I did a video. It was one of the first videos I put up, but we did not complete the entire trail. So I thought I would revisit. Wow, check these out. These are all over this tree. Not sure what type of mushroom this is or if they are edible, but I am not going to take a chance. But this is a beautiful trail. It's a fun trail if you like technical trails. But for trail running, it can be kind of dangerous, to be honest with you, this part at least. But for hiking, this is fun. I enjoy hopping from rock to rock. It's like nature's playground. All right, another split off. I think we're gonna wanna go this way, but I wanted to check this out because I believe this looks familiar. I think it opens up into a field. And if we go this way, a lot of uphill, so sorry about breathing heavy. As I look out over this field, it reminds me of a memory when I first moved out to this area. And I was kind of into photography at that time, so I liked taking pictures, and I had my camera with me. And as I'm running along here, I see a couple turkeys, I guess, out in this field. So it was winter time, so the grass wasn't as high. So I go sneaking up on the turkeys real slow. And I'm getting closer and closer. And it's crazy, they're not moving. So I'd say I probably got within like 5 feet of them. And then I noticed that they were not real turkeys, they were, what do you call it? Decoys. So I'm standing there like an idiot with my camera taking pictures of these 2 decoy turkeys. And I'm thinking, back in the woods over there, there had to be a couple hunters just staring straight at me thinking, what is that dingbat up to? Anyway, I just thought I'd share that story with you. So we might see some ruins. There used to be an old mill down here. I know the mill has been torn down, but I just passed, I guess, an old dam. You can see where all the rocks are still piled up. You can actually cross over the creek that way. But, so there was a young couple on the bench, and they kind of looked like they wanted to be alone. So I felt kind of stupid talking about the ruins while there was a young couple enjoying their privacy. Let's just leave it at that. So anyway, back on the trail, I'm thinking we have to come back that way eventually. So I will try to show you as much as I can as far as the stone dam. You see the blazes, that's telling us to go this way. So we're gonna cross over the creek here and go up on the trail there. This isn't where I crossed. I would usually cross back where, what I was telling you about before, the old stone dam. So then it would kind of take me off trail. But I believe, now see the thing is, I see the trail over here too. So I think you could continue up this way and get on the trail. However, I don't see a red blaze, so it's possible it's a different trail. Anyway, I'm making this more complicated than it has to be. We are going to cross here. All right, so let's go up here and see what we find on this side of the creek. Okay, so this is a little interesting here. There's our red blaze, and we got all this garbage, which would tell me this is the trail. It definitely looks closed. We did have a bad storm the last couple of days. We had a bad storm a couple of days ago, so maybe this all fell recently. I don't know, but I am going to cross over this garbage and see if we can find a red blaze. As I may have said already in this video, this trail can be confusing, but I believe if you do the entire trail, it's 6 miles. So that's the goal. Okay, so there's our red blaze. We are back in action. Okay, so we are in the safety zone, which tells me we were not in the safety zone. I'm not a hunter, but I don't think this is hunting season, so I think we're safe. Again, I don't have orange on. So whenever I see things like this, which I believe are wild raspberries, I want to eat them, but I'm not 100% sure that it is a wild raspberry. Pretty sure it is, but I'm not gonna go tasting berries in the woods when I'm out here by myself. So anyway, if you know whether or not that is edible, please leave it in the comments. When I suggest leaving it in the comments, I really mean that. I love the fact that people are starting to watch my videos, and some people are starting to subscribe, so thank you so much if you've already done that. And for those of you that are commenting, I always read your comments. I don't always get back right away, but I always get back to you, and they're very much appreciated. And quite often, I learn from the comments, and it makes me kind of want to go back to the place I was at and explore a little further. So I've said from day one with this channel, it's a learning experience for me. I don't claim to be a naturalist or a historian, but I am curious. And I know I mentioned that in one of my other videos. I kind of use that as a motto now, stay curious. Because curiosity makes you want to explore things. And when you explore things, you kind of explore a different side of life. And I think one of the reasons I started this channel was because I was really in a comfort zone. And it was not a healthy comfort zone. Okay, so what's going on here? We are coming out of the Old Mill Trail. See, I never got to this point before. And it looks like we're crossing over a road, but I would assume that's the Old Mill Trail there as well. Yes, Old Mill Trail. Oh, look at that. If I knew these were raspberries, I'd have a nice little feast. Oh, wow. All right, so these I think are blackberries. Oh my God. I want to try them. Well, I'm not going to though. That said, I am going to read up on wild berries in Pennsylvania, because they're all over the place down here. So this part of the, whoa, oof, just walked into a spider web. That's always fun. And that usually only happens when I'm out hiking early in the morning. So what that tells me is that not too many people have hiked this trail today, if any. I haven't seen anyone on the trail yet. Not opposed to seeing people, but it's kind of nice. All right, we are popping out on another little road here. These are cool. Not sure what they're called, but they almost look like they could be used as a torch. Check out this butterfly. That is beautiful. All I have is my GoPro. So I'm pretty close to it. So anyway, I had my camera off, but little story, I started singing. And the reason I started singing, I got really scared. So I was walking by some bushes back there and I heard something large. I mean, I guess it could have been a fox or something, but I don't think it was a deer because the way it was moving around. So I'm thinking maybe it was a bear. And then I'm thinking with all these berries around here, right? It would make sense. A bear would be on a trail like this. And I know there are bears in this part of Bucks County. So anyway, so I started singing because I've always heard what you want to do is you want to make a lot of noise on the trail. And silly me, I always carry mace. I don't have bear spray, which I'm going to get, but I always carry a big thing of mace with me, and I forgot it today. So, my luck, right? Today's the day I would walk around a corner and see a bear. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. So I've never been on this part of the trail. I don't really recognize it. It's kind of overgrown. And if I'm being honest with you, this part of the trail is kind of boring other than the berries. But hang in there, because I know this comes out at some sections where we're going to see the lake. And then we're going to go back towards that creek. And maybe we'll see some old remains from the old mill. Now this part of the trail is creepy. You don't know what's going to be right around the corner. We got thick brush. So I'm clapping my hands and making a lot of noise. Just taking a little look around my surroundings. Never know when you'll see a red-tailed hawk or a bald eagle. All right, so we're almost 3 miles into this hike slash run. And it's pretty much been like this most of the way. So I haven't been turning the camera on that much. I will say that I hear boats now. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. So if I look closely, I can see the lakes over here. So I'm hoping this trail pops out maybe along the lake. All right, I just popped out on this. Strange, very strange place for a picnic table. I'm thinking this has been here forever because there's really nothing here. This looks like at one time, you see this concrete? At one time, this was a boat launch. I have no idea how you would have gotten your car here. Literally, we're nowhere near a road or a street. So I'm thinking maybe there was a road here at one time. I know I did another video where I hiked the High Bridge Trail and there were remnants of old Bethlehem Road and it still had like the yellow lines in the middle. So it was a pretty major street at one time. So I'm thinking, why would we have a boat launch here in the middle of nowhere? And you can see, I can't really zoom in because, oh, frog just jumped in there. But you see all the lily pads out there. And then you see the wooden remains of what must have been a dock at one time. So people would dock their boats here. How cool is that? And there's a nice view of the lake. It's beautiful. But I wish I knew more about this section because there's a little island kind of over there. I'm thinking the trail might wind back over there. But this was definitely a boat launch at one time. And this picnic table, I can't see anyone bringing a picnic table down here. So I'm thinking the picnic table has been here for a while. So this is a good opportunity for me to take a little break and drink some water because I'm getting a little dehydrated. Gotta be careful in the summertime. Service road, do not enter. So I guess a private residence must be up there. Interesting. So that's making me think maybe at one time this was a paved road and you could bring your boat in. I don't know. But this is the sign for the old mill trail. So we want to continue on this way. All right, so we're coming out by the lake. And the reason I'm stopping here, I heard something, and it didn't sound like a duck or a goose. I have no idea what it was, but it was something I wanted to check out. But anyway, it stopped making noise. We have a nice little section here where we can come and get a nice view of Lake NOCKAMIXON. So not sure what this tree is, but some type of fruit, right? And they're all over the place down here. All right, we are back on a rocky portion of the trail, which I definitely prefer to. I prefer this to the grass trails. You have to pay attention to where you're stepping, but I find it less boring. Oh wow, okay, so I believe we're gonna go this way, but this is our first site, our first sign of ruins, I suppose. We have a stone wall here. Maybe this was part of the mill that was here back in the day. So maybe the mill was back here, or maybe this was somebody's homestead. I just don't know. I don't see anything else out there. Then again, this is not the best time of the year to be looking for ruins. Whenever I see a wall like that, I think about how much time it took to stack these rocks and how they've stood the test of time. If somebody doesn't knock that down, I'm thinking that's going to be here a couple hundred years from now still. I don't know, I find stuff like that very interesting. Still, nobody else on this trail. And I am 4.3 miles into it. Okay, we have another wall. I almost walked right by it, but these rocks were put here for a reason. I'm wondering if there's anything else back there. I don't mind bushwhacking, but this is not the best time of the year to do it. But if I were to see something that piques my interest, I would find a way back there. So see this? You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I thought it was like a black cat or something. So I was like really curious to check it out. It's crazy how certain things can look. You know, your imagination can go wild in the woods. So I can definitely see how people believe they see Bigfoot at times. I have not seen Bigfoot. Nor do I believe Bigfoot exists. But no disrespect to those who do believe Bigfoot exists. There's a lot of unknowns in this world, so I guess it is possible. I guess my thoughts would be there may have been what we refer to as Bigfoot or Sasquatch at one time, but I can't believe that it still exists. But what do I know? All right, so we have another split of the trail. See, this is where I get confused. I think if I go this way, I'm gonna be pretty much starting all over again. I do not want to start all over again. So I'm pretty sure that I go this way. God, I hope so. Okay, so we are going the right way. In fact, here's I believe, the creek. That's not where we crossed, but I think we go up this little hill. I hear a lot of people here, so there are other people hiking now. And we go down here and cross. Yes, we are not alone anymore. Huh?
Are we going towards the waterfall? Or?
No, I don't think there's a waterfall. Are you on the old mill trail, right?
What?
This is the old mill trail? Okay, so they were looking for a waterfall. I don't think there even is a waterfall in NOCKAMIXON Park, but I'm not 100% sure. But if they follow the old mill trail, they will not find one. Just stepping out on this little rock formation. And we're gonna check out where that old mill used to be. All right, so this is what I wanted to check out earlier. This dam had something to do with the mill. This might be what they were talking about, the waterfall. That's about as much of a waterfall as you're gonna see. This rock structure, huge. This must have been all dammed. Let's climb down here. I hear those hikers coming back. I guess they realize this is the waterfall. And you can see all those rocks piled up. right, so I recognize this. This is the trail that's going to lead back to where I parked. So I just wanted to thank everybody for watching. If you could give it a like, that would be awesome. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video. Thank you so much, and you have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.